that? Come again. Oh, yes. Yes, of course I plan to tell my viewers about that. Yeah, I'll spread the message for you. Okay, no problem. Howdy, mates. It is Sunday, November 15th, 2020, and I'm out visiting the beloved Indian Mound Reserve down by Cedarville. And yeah, earlier this morning, a fellow Belted Kingfisher that I'll call by the name of Ollie asked me to come out here. So I was just talking to that rock face that I'll call Alan. Alan wanted me to share the fact of how much history is shared in the rock face. So, for discussion, these rock faces that you see behind me, so you're looking over on, the general cliff faces, those are full of certain fossils that come from specifically the Silurian period, which approximately ranged between 420 to 450 million years ago. So very old, more or less. So one of the types of fossils that you can see in these rocks can include crinoids. They kind of have a cylindrical shape to them, and they're usually about 1 to 2 inches long. And they typically acted as the filters, kind of similar to that of coral in a way. But they were cylindrical shaped, and they acted as filters in the oceans back during that time. And then, another fascinating fact about these rock faces is that they can be filled with gastropods. I know that's a technical term, but a great example of a gastropod that you may be thinking of right off the top of your head are certain snails. So snails are known as gastropods because they have a shell that they develop. And what's fascinating about snails is once they grow to a certain size, they'll start using other shells. And they'll abandon certain ones that can be used by other fellow oceanic homies. So that was something that happened during the Silurian times. So I just want to provide you guys a little view here. I mean, you can't directly see the fossils like on the immediate surface, but once you go deeper into the rock, like if you actually had a rock hammer or something and cut through, you'd be able to see more of them. And since we're in a more moist-like environment, that's where you'll start to see more of the moss, which is a great example of a seedless non-vascular plant, which in other means they get their nutrients directly from the source. They don't have vascular tissue, which would include like a stem, for example, that you would see like among poison ivy, as an example. And they obviously they don't have seeds either. So usually they may reproduce possibly by spores, but essentially the bottom line is moss doesn't really move. It just stays at the source of where it gets its nutrients. So, alright. Hope all of you learned something, and Journey on a Journey is out. Take care.